when I want to use the transactions, we must use that transaction to bind to the our connection command SQL connection. So there is another parameter called transaction. So we can add transaction if our transaction has some upset, that means transaction not do, we can roll the transaction. So we must put that code inside here. Okay, if transaction do, commit the transaction, and transaction not do, roll back the transaction. So this is how we can do it. So suppose to execute this query, it's not necessary transaction, but if we want to execute multiple insert query or update query, CRUD queries, like this, Suzuki Mahindra, like these queries, we must want to use that transactions. So we want to pass our transaction. So if one query has exception, all the queries, all the executions must be a rollback. So but there is some problem in here. So if we execute some SPs and SP has some transaction and we use also the transaction in C# code, there can be a conflict. So we must use either SP level transaction or C# level transaction. So another one is multiple update queries. So you can use multiple update queries even like this, or you can create multiple update queries. Update means insert delete update queries like this. Suppose we have a list of brands. So okay, so you can get multiple update queries in here multiple times. You can use array to here like this with anonymous variable. Sorry, new, so new. like this. This is actual method car brands, so what I use, what I was another search engines. So we can put the transaction here, so it's the same like this way. Okay, so we can put transaction, and if even one execution is failed, connection can be, transaction can be rolled back, or it is passed, transaction must be committed. Right, so it's how like this. So how we run select queries? So it is pretty easy. We can write select query to, we will write select query to the brand table for select all the brands like this. So using Wakan, we get our connection, SQL connection by our connection factory, and there is another extension called query. So we must pass this executable query. What is this one, to convert what kind of object, domain, that means our brand domain. When we execute this query, that results list of brands. Right, so you can directly return this one. How easy it is. So we wrap use by using try catch, it is exception, throw exception, so like that. Right, so I will execute this query using our brand tester. I put a grid here, and when the page is loading, all the brand must be showing here. Like this. So we will run the application. Okay, all the brands are so as here. So if you want to select a particular query, particular one element, where this in here, you can filter in here. So suppose we select brand entity to particular ID. So now it is must be a first of default ID equal at ID, and ID is ID. Like that. So we modify that UI, we put some text box